Guys, hope you're doing well. Just jumping on to show you what I've been up to in the last couple of weeks. If you watched my last video, I've started my UKCA, yeah, that's right, journey. I'm trying to find a label, can't find any. Sorry. Yeah, so I started my UKCA journey and I managed to get a couple of toys to pass. So I managed to get a bunny, a cow, 2 different types of dinosaur, and my bee all to pass. Did I show you the bee? I can't remember. But yeah, the big one, I made 2. The big one eventually passed with a bit of help from some acrylic yarn for the wings. So that's exciting. In fact, I'm surrounded by stuff, as always, because it's me. Where is it? Where is it? This one. I think I showed it to you because he's upside down and I feel like I had a memory of saying that as well. But yeah, so I had to double strand the wings and then he passed. So yay, passed. Right, so what have I been up to? I have been on a dinosaur binge is the only way that I can describe it. I'm looking around me and I'm trying to remember. Sorry. You know when you get a bit of skin and it's really irritating? That was really gross. I'm really sorry. Yes, dinosaur binge. I have a bag full of mainly dinosaurs. I showed you the cows last time, I think. I don't know. Did I? I've lost track. I probably should have watched it back before I started this. But I have a pink cow, if I didn't show you that. And I recreated the one that I actually tested, if I can find it. So little golden cow. So yeah, so I made those. And then I know I think it was this one that I hadn't finished last time. So I'm sure I showed you 4. I think 4, possibly. Running out of places to put things. There'll be a pile in front of me in a minute. Yeah, so I finished. I'm sure it was that one that I was waiting. But anyway, if not, it was that one. Either way, it's finished. And then I went on a little tiny bit of of a T-Rex journey. If you follow me on Facebook, you'd have seen all of the updates as I got rather carried away. So let's see, we have red and blue, multicoloured and blue, yellow and green. I'm going to put him aside because there's a little story about him. Pink and green. Basically, in case you can't tell, I went through all of my colours. Pink and grey, because I wasn't sure about a grey dinosaur. Let me know, should I make a grey dinosaur with like a really bright stripe? Because I think that might be the only colour other than beige that I haven't made a little dinosaur out of. Anyway, light blue and pink, neon blue and neon pink, and I don't know why, but this one reminds me of either blue raspberry or bubblegum. Love it. Oopsie, another multicolored one, and green, light green and dark green, because it has to be done. Did I do one the other way around? If I haven't, then that might be the next one that I do. I thought I had, maybe I didn't. Dark green and yellow, I like him. And that might be, that's it for the ones that are done. They just need their little UKCA tags put on, because as we all know, if you've been watching me for any time at all, I hate sewing, and you have to sew the tail, the legs and the arms on these guys anyway. So by the time I've done that, I can't be bothered to actually put the UKCA mark on. I will, obviously, before I sell them, but at the minute everybody's, because these guys don't have theirs either, everybody's just going back into the bag, ready for a day where I literally just sit and sew. So yeah, so where is he? Hold on, trying to find him. There he is. So this guy, I made him and I looked at him and I went, wouldn't it be cute done in yellow and black and turned into a bee. There are patterns on Instagram for this. I didn't realise it. I just had the kind of like moment of, oh my god, I should do that. So I've made the wings up and just followed this pattern and then just popped the wings on. I have double stranded these with acrylic. I haven't tested him yet because obviously he's now a variation of this guy, so he will need his own set of tests. Pretty confident because I've done the wings the same way that I did for the bee that it is going to pass. So fingers crossed. Also, if you can hear a noise in the background, I've got a jacket potato in the air fryer, as you do. So yeah, so I made him, and like I said, I'm pretty confident he's going to pass. I've run out of the white flutterby, so I haven't made any more wings, but I have made, apart from this one, because I ran out of the yellow as well. So I've got half of a dinosaur there. He's got his feet and his tail and his arms, because I always do that first, because I hate making something like a decent, I say decent size, these take an hour, by the way, I don't know if I said that, a semi-decent size, and then having to do all the bits, it really irritates me, so I do all the bits first. So he's got everything except his rear end. Then I have another one with, see, I've got all the bits. Another one, those are all the arms and the tails and the legs, and a third one, and I think there might be another one in here. There might not. I thought there was this. There it is. Hi. So I have worked out that you can get 5 and 3/4 dinosaurs out of one ball of yarn. So that's quite useful to know. I'm also sorry if I'm doing this. I've got opened the air fryer before it was ready, and I've got smoke in my eye. Well, not smoke, just steam. Yeah, so dinosaurs, lots of dinosaurs, and also this is basically my bag of bits that need finishing. So I also have a bright pink dinosaur that needs finishing. So it's just bits with its tail. The blue raspberry dinosaur, a traditional green dinosaur because it had to be done at some point, a dark blue dinosaur which I finished this morning, and a light green dinosaur. So they all need all that, like I said, just bits. They all need a day when I can be bothered to sit down and sew, which probably is going to be Sunday, because Jacob has his, I'm just making sure I haven't dropped any bits, Jake has his football plate final on Saturday, so I want to just have the day to hopefully celebrate, but if not, commiserate. So that day is put aside for him, so I won't be doing any sewing then. Yeah, so on the subject of testing, this guy needs doing. I found the bag of all the things that I forgot to show you last time. I put them in a different bag. I don't know why. I don't know if maybe it was because some of them were doubles, and some of them I'm not sure whether I even want to test, but I was talking about that bee. I don't know if you remember the sitting bee that I made several of and couldn't decide whether or not I liked. I can't find the original one that I made, so I obviously decided that this was the better one, but this is the one that I made continuously, like in continuous rounds, rather than, no, do I mean that? Do you know what I mean? So instead of it ending up as a spiral, have I got anything? It ends up in, there's no zigzaggy, stripy words. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. So yeah, so he's continuous. What do we think? I don't know. And the wings aren't going to pass because I hadn't tested the big bee before I made this one. This was just me when I was going through Instagram and looking at all the free patterns and going, hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! And I got a bit overexcited and forgot that actually I need to test them all once I've done making them. So yeah, so he won't pass. I know he won't pass. I don't think his little antennas are going to pass either. So I am, once I've placed yet another order, going to remake him, and I will do something different for the antennas, and I will double strand. Maybe I'll just double strand for the antennas, but I'll definitely double strand for the wings. They don't take long at all. They hardly take any time. I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if maybe he'd be better in this colour, and maybe that's what it is. But when I saw this gold online, initially, I thought B. So we'll see. But on the topic of bees, I made this guy at the same time, well, not actually at the same time, but on the same day that I made the big one in the King Cole Yummy. So this is in Flutterby, and see, it is a nice bee colour. But I'm gonna have to redo his wings, her wings, its wings, their wings. So I will do that before I test it, because I know the wings are going to fail, because it failed on the other one, and Flutterby isn't much stronger than Yummy, and I'd rather give this guy the best chance of passing straight away rather than having to then turn him upside down, sew his wings onto his bum, because it's not very fair, is it? So yeah, so I made him. He's got his label on, ready to test. This guy has his label on, ready to test. So I need to put a label on him so that he can be tested. I don't know how much I can't remember how much detail I went into when I did the last video, but any toy that you test has to be exactly how it would be if you were selling it. So ideally, you know, the faces on and the tags on and everything. I am justifying using just this tag rather than one with all my information on, because of the size of my toys, and because I will be adding a swing tag that will have everything else on, like washing instructions, my address, my company name. I now have a company name. It's not registered or anything, but I have a name, all of that. Yeah, so yeah. Anyway, I also have, where's the other one? 2 axolotls, both done in 2 different types of yarn. So we have got Yummy and we have got Flutterby, quite a difference in size. Also the bee. Should I show? Oh, I can't bother to get them out, but that one is quite a lot smaller than the other one. So these guys need testing. A little bit worried about the frill, not gonna lie. The rest of it, the arms and feet are bobble stitch, and the, I don't know what you call those, head frills are sewn on pretty well. So not too worried about that. We shall see on the frill. Again, that might be a case of finding a colour the same as I want to use in double stranding, and they have their tattoos. I have a Dumbo octopus. I think I showed you the other one last time that was done in Flutterby, so this is done in Yummy. Again, because it's just a bigger size, and it's quite nice to have different sizes of things. Leggy Froggy. Did I talk about my Leggy Froggy last time? Oh, that was me experimenting with how to put the tag on. I won't be doing that because you've got to weight test it, so I will just be sewing it on. Anyway, I made a Leggy Froggy out of Yummy, and these do not withstand the weight test, and actually just pulling on this, I know that that is not going to withstand it. So I will be taking this tag off, and I will be giving this guy to one of my kids, because they're not gonna hurt themselves with it. They're 9 and 13, you know, they're fine. But yeah, so sad. I did buy a green acrylic with the idea of double stranding it with the Yummy and making another frog, and I started it, and I think I was just in a bad mood anyway because it had failed, but I hated it. Like, I didn't even finish making it. I just ripped it back. It's not a really different colour. I got it. Oh, I don't know where it is. It's not like stupidly, it's not like this and this, you know, it's a very similar shade of green, but I could just see it and I didn't like it. Whereas I think with the wings, you can't see it. So, I mean, you can if you look really closely. Like on the edge, I don't know if you can. That's just muck from the stupid clamps that you have to use. Yeah, it's not stupidly noticeable on this, but it was, in my opinion, really noticeable with the Leggy Froggy. So I need to either look for a different shade and actually remember to take the Yummy with me at the time, or just give up on them, or just make them in acrylic and maybe like double or triple strand it to get the size that I want, and then I know that they'll pass because the acrylic is so much stronger. So yeah, so he's not even going to bother going into the testing process because I know he's going to fail. I have an octopus, so same as this guy, just without the little ears. Just need to give him some eyes and then he's ready to go. We'll see. Frills. Anything like this is what I'm worried about. Although I did test a mini Dumbo, I think it was. Yeah, I'm sure it was a mini Dumbo. And he passed his dry test, but I haven't tested him after he's been washed, because I'm scared, basically. Anyway, another type of axolotl. I've made these before and they don't take that long and they're really cute. Not sure about my colourway. It's what I had within reach at the time. Again, this is Flutterby. I do want to make it again in Yummy and just see how much bigger it comes out. But what's stopping me is if the toy is over 15 centimetres unhindered, then you have to burn it. And I'm pretty sure, I put my tape measure somewhere else, pretty sure that he is under 15 centimetres, so I don't have to set him alight, and that is what's stopping me from making bigger toys at the minute, until I become a bit more confident and have more time and don't mind wasting a whole toy. Although having said that, the bee that I set alight will be going to the kids again because they don't care. They've had all my tester toys so far and they've had quite a nice time with them. Another tester pattern, not tester pattern, free pattern. It's a little sitting cow. The kids both really like it. I don't. I think it might be because of the colours I made it in, but I just worry about the head. I'm trying to remember whether I sewed it on. I think I did. Looking at it, I think I did sew it on. I'm sure that I could figure out a way to not have to sew it on and then it would be sturdier. That's what I do for the other cow and that's what I do for the axolotls. Although actually I think they're in one piece anyway. If they're not, then I don't do any, you know me, I don't do any unnecessary sewing. But again, I'm worried about the ears because they are just a circle. The other cow and the bunnies, their ears are folded over, so they've obviously got more material for you to sew through, so they tend to be stronger. So yeah, I'm not sure about him. Plus I just don't know if I like him. But he's got his tag on. He's ready to go if I decide. This little guy I saw on Instagram. Everything's on Instagram. Little snail. Thought he was adorable. Pretty confident in him. He's got his tattoo. He's ready to go. He's sewn on pretty damn well. But what I might do is go over it with acrylic, because I've got white acrylic and it's not going to do any harm for it to be extra secure. So that's that guy, and he's just got little, pretty sure they're little, I think they're chain stitches actually. We'll see. I said last time about popping birds. This is what I meant. It's the wrong colours. It's supposed to be a dark green to be a mallard. I do have dark green now, but I don't have any more of the which I do have a bit. Maybe I've got enough. Sorry, there's someone like behind you, so I could try it again. But isn't that just the cutest thing ever? And he's Bobble, so I think he'll be fine. I've popped his little tattoo on the back of his head, but I love him. I think these are great. They're just so fun. So I've got him, and then I have a squid, which reminds me of the Christina Aguilera music video that she did for Shark Tale, I think, when it looks like the top of the octopus or squid is the hat, like a little Jamaican hat, when they used to have all the, you know, all the Jamaican flag colours. But it reminds me of that. But he pops up as well, so he's pretty cool. Worried about the tentacles. but he also has his little tattoo on the back of his head. So I've got him. I have got him. I thought I'd left him out of reach. Little mushroom guy is the same idea. I love it. What I love is that he hides his little face and then he's like, surprise. Love it. And again, this is Bubble Stitches, and again he has his tattoo on the back of his head. But I just love them. They're so fun. If I can find a way to do something like this without the long tentacles, or again finding a matching acrylic and double stranding, I will do that. But I love them. I think they're great. Then the last thing I've got doesn't have a tattoo because I only made her on Sunday, is something that I don't normally do. I don't normally do dolls because I don't really like it. But I've spent a couple of days working on a pattern myself for a mermaid. I'm going to show it to you, but don't laugh, because the more I look at it, the more I hate it. I've put it on Instagram, but I'll show you. I like her fins. I hate her hair, but I was trying to make it no-sew. It's not. I couldn't do it. It's low-sew. It's very low-sew. But my idea that I had initially didn't work, and I wish I'd gone down a different route for her hair. But anyway, so this is the one that I came up with. I love her fins. I really do love her fins. Her arms are crocheted in. So her head, body, tails all in one. Then you sew on the fins and you sew on the hair. It looks like a bobble hat. I can't get over that in my head, that it looks like a bobble hat. But I made it. She's made in acrylic because pulling back Flutterby, you can't, basically. If you're pulling back any more than like half a row, it just sheds. And yeah, so I thought if I make it in acrylic, and this is in acrylic that is non-compliant, so I was using it just to test a pattern. Mermaid. Yeah, so I finished her, decided that I hated her, went on Instagram and found a free pattern. I don't know if I like this either, but I was determined, because little people like dolls, and I feel like just because I don't like them doesn't mean that I shouldn't have them available. So yeah, this is a free pattern on Instagram. What did I change? I changed something. I changed the starfish. There's supposed to be starfish in her hair. My son got it straight away. My daughter did not. I've sewn it all down because, again, it's got to be. You're not be. Blah, 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 blah. I can't speak today. You're not supposed to be able to get a credit card under the stitches because that would replicate a small child's fingernail. So I've sewn them on. Making it didn't take very long at all, and I actually, as much as I hate to admit it, I quite enjoyed making it. Sewing the hair on took just as long as making the doll did, because when I first sewed it on, I went around the very edge and it looked rubbish, and then so I managed to I didn't frog it. I had to cut it off. Luckily there was enough of the tail left that it didn't unravel or anything. And then I had to sew it on using a new piece, and then it kind of like bulged a bit, so it's got some discreet, I don't think you can see, stitching along the top to kind of push it back down. And then I also put some extra stitches around the buns so that they kind of, I don't think you can see, they stand out a bit better. I do like it. I don't know whether it should have a mouth. I don't know if I put the nose in the right place. I don't know if I put the hair on right. There were no real instructions for it. So the original doll has long hair. No, not doing it. Not adding any extra risks. And then the space buns are an add-on. So you have to sew. Of course you do. You have to sew the buns on to the hair, and then sew the hair to the head with no instructions. And it doesn't actually tell you how to finish off the hair if you're adding the space buns and not adding the original long hair. So that was a little bit annoying, but she is low sew. It's just the hair. The fins are all made in, like the tail is all made, so it's made from the bottom up. So they're made separately, joined together, and then you go, and the arms are crocheted in as well. And then obviously you just attach the little frill. It's very clever, very, very clever. When I was reading it, I was like, oh, I could have done something similar, but I didn't, so I created a monstrosity. So yeah, I think her head's too small. I think that's what it is. I don't know, and she's in the timeout corner. So yeah, what do we think? I quite like the colours I chose. Is it worth the time? I could sit and make it again and work out how long it took and go from there. The long neck dinosaurs take an hour and 15 minutes, and the T-Rexes, including sewing, the long necks I didn't time the sewing because I didn't want to do it at the time. The T-Rexes, including sewing, are about 55 minutes to an hour, but that's not including putting the UKCA labels on. I'm not going to include that timing in any of my like price working out because it takes me forever and I hate doing it. So if I was going to add the price on that, I wouldn't be able to sell any of my toys because yeah. So I'm just using the time as a rough price guide. I'm not doing it like professionally because I'm not a professional. I'm not actually selling anywhere at the minute because I want a nice big inventory before I start. Yeah, so I'm going off the idea that minimum wage, that's the kind of idea that I'm going off of. I'm not charging for materials, just a rough go off of minimum wage. So he'd be around the £10 mark, maybe. We'll see, because you know what I'm like, and I just want people to enjoy my things, and I get told that I earn to charge all the time. So I would normally probably go around like 6, but with all of the extra effort that goes into everything now, I feel like I need to up my prices. Let me know what you think. Yeah, so the last thing that I've done was this morning. I timed how long it took to make a little tiny dinosaur. I showed you this one last time. I made this one today. 25 minutes, and that included having to frog certain parts of it because I went a bit wrong. I got distracted by a movie I was watching, and I also didn't read the instructions properly the first time around, so that's my own fault. But it's quite cute. They are quite cute. I do like them. I am going to make another one in Yummy and see how big that turns out. Again, I'm worried about the frill. Surprise, surprise. Anything with a frill, anything with wings, anything with ears that aren't really well sewn on is causing me concern. But I'm sure it will all be fine and we will get there in the end, and that is the whole point of testing, is that you learn from your errors. My whale, it failed. The tail literally fell apart. So, ooh, my jacket potato's ready. I don't know. I will probably just completely redesign it and go down a bubble stitch route for the fins. I haven't had the mental capacity to sit down and work it out yet because I was so sad that it failed. I was so confident that it was going to pass, and I really like them. There are loads though. There are loads of whale patterns on YouTube and Instagram, so I could just follow one of those. I might just do that, quite honestly. I'll probably just do that. Yeah, so that's everything that I have been up to. It is mainly just making dinosaurs. Lots and lots of dinosaurs. I'm going to be that crazy dinosaur lady, and I'm all good about it. I think that's great. I want to test this guy though. I really want to test him soon. All of the little popping ones, because they're quite fun to make as well, actually. They're very clever. And I really, really like the snail dude. I striped his shell. That's not a special yarn, that is just me playing around, and I quite like how it looks. So yes, the more I'm looking at it, the more I kind of like it, but I wish I'd used bigger bobble stitches for the arms and legs, because you can barely see the ones on the arms. But this was when you when I was changing the pattern, I did it when you do like half of a crochet in one colour all the way around, and then you pick up with the other, or like half with one and then you finish it with the other colour. So you do half of the yellow and then finish it with the black, so you get a smoother edge. So I don't know if that's what's making it look odd. Did I do the other one? What did I do with the other one? I don't know. Somewhere in my house there is another bee, I think. I don't know. One of the kids probably stole it. But yeah, I think that might be what is throwing me off, is that you can't see its arms, so it just looks like a potato with wings. Or a chicken nugget. Anyway, I'm going. I hope you enjoyed my video. Let me know what you think of my ramblings and my plans, and about the mermaid, and about the something else, whatever it was I said. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you, and I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll probably see you in another fortnight because I'm useless. I need to go and have a think about whales. My poor whale. See you later. Bye.